Greetings, everyone. Happy Hump Day, and welcome to the Loose But Complete podcast. I am your host, Ryan, and I'm joined by this little fella right here, Jeremy from
Oh,
Authority Figure.
hey, what's going on?
What's up, man? What you got in
You
your
know,
hand there? What was that?
this is I'm having a cheap beer
Oh, God.
out of I don't know if you can see that, but a House Stark mug. You can see the wolf head on that, kind of. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
so
Okay. So cheap beer?
a cheap beer, yeah. Coors Light tonight. The old Colorado Kool-Aid, as they call it.
Cool.
But yeah, cheap gets the job done. What about you?
The same little Canadian whiskey and some Coke Zero.
That's what we need. Can we get loose but complete or 3POA pint classes? Do they do those on Redbubble?
They do.
I don't
got
know
all
if you
kinds
just
of
had a
stuff on.
sticker on that.
This is it's a sticker. I'm not going to go buy anything.
Right.
You kidding me? Yeah, you can go to Redbubble. I mean, link in description below. Thanks for asking.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Is that where you find it? It's in the description?
In the downstairs area,
Everybody
below
go
the
check
belt.
it out.
Like technically, my belt would be like here. You can't see because, but below my belt is the link you click to go buy a T-shirt.
Don't everybody don't let Ryan lie to you. We've hung out in real life. He wears his belt line is above the navel. That's where his belt is.
Yeah, I'm like Urkel. Yeah, with the suspenders. So interesting week. Got a drop on Disney Plus today. I don't know if you've watched it yet. Did you watch the Mando?
I did watch The Mandalorian today.
Yeah.
I finished it up about 30 minutes before we came into the stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So fresh on my mind.
Short episode.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
each
it was.
30 minutes of that episode, like there's 30 minutes in that episode. That's it.
Right. Yeah. When you cut out the intro and the the credits at the end, yeah, it's 30-minute
15
episode.
minutes of credits, yeah.
Yeah.
Every 30 minutes in that show was better than the Book of Boba Fett as a whole. Well, there was actually 2 episodes in the Book of Boba Fett that were basically like Mando season 2.5.
Well, so I'm calling. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. No, you go ahead.
No, I've just started calling Book of Boba Fett just Mando season 2.5, because that's essentially all that it was, in my opinion. Okay, let me walk it back. All the things that were halfway interesting about that entire show had to do with the Mandalorian, the baby Grogu, and CGI Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. And the N1 starfighter, the Nubian starfighter that he got.
The Nubian, yeah.
I mean, look, that's what Watto said. Nubian, remember?
Yeah, tricks don't work on the only money, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it seemed like a good start to the Mandalorian season. Really short, simple, to the point. However, you see all those multicolored Mandalorians at the beginning, and I won't give away too much. We saw them in the trailers too. It just got me thinking. Black Series is gonna milk the hell out of that.
Oh yeah, for sure. So do you know that the real reason behind why wrestlers change their outfit so often? It's so new figures can come out.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why their outfit or their in-ring wear or their entrance gear and all that stuff, it changes so often. That way you can have different iterations of them in the figure form later on down the line.
Brian King says, "What's a Nubian?" That's an old Kevin Smith reference.
Oh, see, I wouldn't know. I kind of grew out of third grade humor in the third grade. So
Greg thinks I'm a spot on Watto. I sound just like him.
It is pretty good. You can give me some swindling lessons.
Yeah.
I'm only swindling at a fourth.
You want a small toss out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, you know what? We got a super chat like this morning So I got up this morning like 5 a.m. like always, and I was checking some stuff on the computer. I brought the stream up. We already had a super chat
I did see that.
from our good buddy Little Plastic Men for $4.99. Thank you so much. Won't make it tonight, but wanted to show my appreciation for all the hard work that goes into these shows. Thank you. Well, you're very welcome, man. And I appreciate your appreciation because no one else appreciates it. At least not Jeremy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. As always, Little Plastic Men. It means a lot to us. Yeah, it means a lot. Thank you.
It means more to me, less to him.
That may be true. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's not a good person.
Whoa. We just got started. We're like less than 10 minutes in, and already here we come with the derogatory remarks about one another.
The show felt weird. I wanted to, put it back on track.
Yeah.
So, you pick up anything new this week? I know I did.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll go first this week because some of your pickups kind of tie into our main topic.
That's very true.
I got in just yesterday a very cool figure that I thought I might just sell once I got it. But now it's in my hands, and it is very nice. It's the Mezco 112 scale Bishop, which turned out great, man. I got to say, the original solicits showed single jointed elbows, but look what shows up. That's a double joint there, buddy.
So solicitation had single, finished product had double.
They improved it, which is good because it was like 6 months late.
That's interesting. Usually when the package for certain manufacturers depict double, there's a pretty good chance you're going to get a single in there. But good on them.
Now, look, I don't know if we can talk about that because Hasbro's on everyone's good side again today, apparently, because they showed some figures that everyone is like into.
Hey man, look, when they do it right, they do it right, and I'll give them credit at every possible opportunity that I can. I'll give them credit. Yeah.
So you wouldn't consider that being a hypocrite?
I don't think so. No, I mean not as a consumer of goods.
No,
if there's a company that's producing a product that interests me and I believe that it's at a fair price point, then I will trade my currency for your goods and services. And I think that what they showed today was, now we got price point depending, right? We got to see what some of this stuff costs, right? But look, I got to tell you, it's going to be hard for me to not get into that Hulk Bruce Banner 2-pack. I got to see what the price points is going to be, but it looks absolutely phenomenal in my opinion, but take that with a grain of price point, right? So we'll see.
I mean, look, I only bring that up because apparently there are those out there that think if you have Hasbro product in your collection, that any criticism of what Hasbro makes is hypocritical.
Are you talking about me or just in general?
No, I'm not talking to you. Others are of that opinion.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's weird. But I think that I'm allowed to do whatever the hell I want to with my money. And so unless you're going to start donating money to me so I can spend it the correct way that's going to make you happy, then maybe just shut the fuck up.
So
maybe
now, I want to get this clear. So you go to your job,
right,
where you take time away from your family, right?
Right.
To do a job you probably don't like that much.
I trade my skilled labor for money.
Okay.
Right.
So as someone who buys the goods from Hasbro,
the consumer of goods, right?
The consumer, don't you think that you more so would want to be critical of what you're spending your labor on? Put it that way. Because money is labor, unless you're a thief.
Right. Everything you just said makes sense to me.
Okay.
It does. And if there are certain things that I don't feel is up to snuff in order for me to trade my dollars for those goods and services, then I will not. And I might just be vocal about it, hoping that the company improves and has a better product down the line. So
that is a deep concept.
Yeah, it's really crazy, right?
Imagine that.
I know.
If I'm
It's
going
like
to spend my money on this, I should probably make sure I'm getting my money's worth. And if I'm not, maybe say something about it.
yeah. I mean, okay. So first you need to bring yourself back down again. You need to ground yourself because you're kind of at the stage of the genius meme where you're like, you know what I mean? You're like at the galactic mind at the end.
Right.
You know,
Got light beams coming out of my temples and my eyes.
Yeah. You're essentially Dr. Manhattan on Mars, like creating life, you know?
Yeah. Thank you, Killamogwai. Y'all are great. Keep up the good work. I will. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate that.
I saw a Mogwai at Target today. Well, it was a Mogwai after he was fed after dark, after midnight.
Okay.
It was a gremlin.
It was straight.
It was a gremlin, yeah.
Like a gremlin person?
They had the spider one and they had the flashing one with the overcoat.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've seen
I don't
that.
collect them. I left them there, but I was like, I haven't seen those before. Right? Cool. Anyway, Mr. Dillingham, Brian, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And Bobby Collins gets it. Guys, my sarcasm meter is beeping off the charts here.
Yeah. Well, you may want to replace the batteries in it because we ain't stopping. All right. Like that thing's going to be going crazy.
So. Right. Okay. Oh, I do like where did it go? This thing is moving fast. I just missed it. Oh, here it is. Daredevil Dave. Welcome to the show, Daredevil Dave. So if I'm critical of what Hasbro is doing now, that makes me a punk in spite of my beloved complete 84 to 90 run of figures from G.I. Joe. See, yeah, you need to go back in time and unbuy those. Otherwise, you're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to criticize. Yeah.
I see me. I'm not allowed to criticize Hasbro whatsoever, even though I'm a customer of theirs and would love to continue to be a customer. This entire bookshelf right here, from top to bottom, is nothing but Marvel Legends, probably 4 figures deep, right, on every single shelf. So, yeah. but yeah, I'm the punk. I hate everything. That's fine. Whatever.
It's a small collection of Legends you got there.
You know what? So I purged Legends.
That's good. Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I'm not getting back in, and then I got back in. So this is what I've done so far.
Cool.
So far.
My next pickup, now that I'm done with that. So I haven't, I was thinking about it. I haven't spent full price on a Black Series in months. Like deep into last year. I can't remember when the last time I spent full price money on a Black Series.
Like now, on account of that, I'm sorry, on account of that crazy GameStop sale that was going on forever. Is that like part of the big reason or what?
That and Dorkside.
Okay, gotcha.
Like I was getting stuff for super cheap. But yeah, so I went to Target today, like I said. And on the shelf was this droid from a show that I really did not like. But it was $18 on clearance. So apparently this is a $30 retail figure. But it was $18. I said, for $18, it looks pretty cool. I want to check it out. And it's Ned B from Obi-Wan. Horrible show. But this is a cool droid, man. It's basically almost like a K2SO, but thick and beefy.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Really cool articulation. And just, I don't know. It's an imposing figure amongst, the other like 5 to 6 inch figures. This guy's pretty tall.
Does it have the height of that K2SO?
Good question. It's probably pretty close.
Okay.
I don't have another Black Series figure close by. It's about it's about the same height as a Death Trooper. Oh, it's a little bit taller than a Death Trooper.
I guess
so.
Used to be you would buy Star Wars Black Series for the nostalgia factor, right? And now the nostalgia factor is coming from buying Black Series at less than $25, right? I remember when they were $19.99, old Sonny.
Yeah.
Like that's what I get nostalgia for was $19.99 action figure prices.
That is kind of the cool thing about Black Series is that when they're on clearance like that, and it's something like this will fit in any display. This will fill out like a Cantina display, whatever, bounty hunters, whatever. You put it in the background, it looks cool. It fits in.
Oh, and at the scale, because it's taller than the rest of the figures in the line.
I mean, it's you look at it and like, oh, that's Star Wars. It has that aesthetic,
Well, at the same time, it's you could probably fit that in super easy with Cosmic Legions too when those come around. Oh,
I didn't get any of those, but probably.
Yep. Yeah, you should get everything now, just so you have a place to put that one figure. you should go all in just so that figure has a home.
I saw a lot of people like, hey, I'm getting Cosmic Legions to fill in my Star Wars displays, and I'm like, I mean, the prices were actually pretty good, so that's cool.
Especially with those Legion builder prices that they had.
Yeah, they were like $20, $22. That's a lot of figure for $22. Kilomagwai. Yeah. Kilomagwai, thanks again, man. Real talk. Hasbro figures feel cheap compared to developers. I'm not fanboying, but it's obvious, even to a novice like me. Yeah. They're definitely hefty, that's for sure. Thank you, Kilomagwai.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Okay. How about you? That's really all. Well, I got one other thing, but I'm not so sure about it. You ever find yourself up late at night? You're scrolling through Facebook.
I was going to say BBTS, but yeah, scrolling through Facebook, yeah.
You come upon some stupid looking ad. You're like, oh, that actually looks kind of cool.
Okay.
Well, I actually did that about 4 weeks ago, and I ended up with this right here.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Let me blow it up on the screen. Custom hat. Washington State plates. Huh?
That fresh 3POA drip there. Looking
baby.
Fantastic.
I got to do the profile picture like this, where you don't see my eyes. Remember when guys were doing that for like forever?
No, but you gotta put like a comic book filter on it at the same time,
Yeah.
Like...
Now, before I forget, I actually got a box in today. My kid brought it in here when I was getting ready for the show. I got 5 figures. Any guesses in the chat what they are? Let's see here. I'm going to give it a minute. I think you probably got some of these. I don't know. Maybe not.
5 figures.
I got 5. There we go. Robert Diaz. I got my 5 dusters. Awesome. And right. I think they went back in stock. So if you guys missed out the first time, check it out.
I did get one new duster during the sale. Because the one I have is fine, and I really don't do a whole lot of. If I'm gonna do like a pop and swap, like whole custom job, it's gonna have to be something like, you know what I mean? Like I'm creating another character from a different, story or whatever. So anyway, I did get an extra one, due to the fact that I do have a plan to get it signed by Tim Kennedy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, and
you could just buy one.
Sure.
I think Tim Kennedy still has them on his website, but you want to meet him.
Okay. So as far as as far as people in the Army are concerned, Tim Kennedy is pretty much a celebrity for us. I know he's a celebrity for a lot of people. But
isn't he from the Coast Guard?
Anyway, it's been fun, everybody. Yeah. Jeremy out.
He sneaks up behind me and slits my throat.
No, it's the stories of Tim Kennedy's career are very famous within the ranks of the Army. So my plan is, I have this custom autograph from Desert Rat here. Remember the jiu-jitsu? So
well, let me read it.
It says, "Dear Jiu-Jitsu, fuck you, love Desert Rat." Right? And so my plan is that I'm going to get this extra Tim Kennedy figure signed, right, as Duster, saying jujitsu, fuck you, love Duster. So all the real people that are in the line that are alive. Oh, and I have an extra Sarge for this too, for when I run into him at a con. So yeah, I'm gonna get all the actual people from the line to acknowledge me as the martial arts character jujitsu. So
Nice.
that's my evil plan.
Man, I saw Slaughter. Well, let me get to this chat first, and then I'll talk about Slaughter.
Okay.
Snot Lips. Man, I'm telling you, I am loving some of these screen names lately. Snot. There's this one guy. His screen name was Toys Suck.
I like it. It works. I like it.
Snot Lip says white potato loved tomato with cheese and sometimes peas, but he hated onion and also avocado. They made him sneeze and wheeze. We have a poet. Snot Lips is a poet.
I think it was actually freestyling just now, just with his thumbs.
Yeah. Oh, he said Chat GPT wrote that. Okay.
I think you're actually obligated to come back at him with another rhyme. I think this is a rap battle, is what's happening.
Oh, no, we're not gonna do that.
So you're just gonna admit defeat?
Yeah.
That's weak. That's weak rhyme.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, Sarge. Yeah. So Sarge came to a con here in Washington, the Washington State Summer Con, which if anyone wants to come to Seattle for a con, that's the one you go to. You don't go to Emerald City Comic Con. That one sucks. You go to Washington Summer Con. Better guests, better vendors, way cheaper. Washington Summer Con. Okay. Sarge was there. And so I brought my Action Force Sarge and I had him sign it. And he scribbled all over the front of that thing, man. Like, you can't see through the plastic at the figure. It's the one, which is totally fine, by the way. But it's the one in the retro packaging, like the Desert Rat there that you just showed.
Yeah.
And it was a great memory. Huh?
You're laser kids. You maggot, it's time for action.
Yeah, so I walk up to him, and the handler, his assistant, I don't know what I forget the guy's name.
Yeah.
But he's like, hey, so you want like something signed? I was like, yeah. And I brought out the Action Force figure. He's like, okay, cool. It's this price. I don't remember exactly what it was. He was like, do you want a picture? I said, yeah, I want a picture. I had my kid with me, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, okay, I think it was $100
for a signature and a pic
and a picture, right?
Okay.
I'm not complaining. Like, let the man get paid. You know,
I get it.
That's like, and then he's like, do you want him to put you in the camel clutch? And I was like, oh yeah. He's like, that's $40. And I said, second thought, no.
Yeah.
I was good without that. But
yeah,
I was happy to meet him, and I've met him before at Joe Fest, but to have my kid with me, my kid knew who he was only from Action Force. My kid's never seen any G.I. Joe or old wrestling.
Sarge is no longer the cultural touchstone for this generation as far as that's concerned. But I couldn't get enough of him when I was a kid, from WWF and G.I. Joe at the same time, man. It was
in no way is anything I just said a slight to him at all. I mean, the
for
guy,
sure,
he is a legend, but kids have kind of moved on to Pokemon. Like, I don't even know what kids, I try to find out what my kid's into, and it's like Pokemon, Mario, nothing like I was into. But all right, so I want to get into our topic, which involves. Go ahead.
Well, okay. So my pickups are going to bleed over into the topic.
Yeah,
right?
No, I'm hosting the show. I can do this. It's fine.
So do you want to knock out a couple of other things real quick before we get into that?
No. Yeah, we can. Okay, well, let's do the meme thing.
All right.
Now, we had a meme contest that
we did it.
Yeah.
We had a meme contest that I forgot about. All right. So excuse me. It's my fault. I take 100% responsibility for that. Right. But it kind of seems like when people didn't have the opportunity to make jokes at you and I's expense, the engagement with the meme contest kind of fizzled, right? They really wanted to make fun of you and I, which is fine.
That's totally fine. But there's certain things. It's like, let's stay away from that.
Yeah, it's fine. So we did Will Smith
And I
figure
want to
form.
say, hold on. I want to say we're not calling anyone out. It's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. No, yeah, we didn't put any restrictions or any kind of rules as to what those memes are going to be. We just said make memes, right? So,
Right.
you know, whatever happened, it's on us. So yeah, not calling anybody out
It's on you.
at all. Okay, I mean, look, I'll take it. I don't care,
Yeah.
but so
Yeah, you'll take it. All right. You
anyway,
take it.
this
Take it all.
the last meme
Every
contest
time.
was. Are you done? Jesus.
Nope.
So the last
Ryan
meme
is
contest
fine, but
was,
I understand the confusion.
Will Smith in figure form, right? We didn't have a huge turnout, but the stuff that we got was quality, I would say. But there can only be one winner, and the winner for the third and possibly last meme contest is Mr. Steven Hansen, right? So we got a couple of things going on here. It looks like we have Articulated Ninja hanging out in the background there, while a custom white potato action figure, right? If you look at that, you can see the potato on his chest is punching Adam Sandler, which I assume is me, right? You're trying to do the little Nicky face, right? Okay. See, and then he has an Agent J figure right there. And it says, "Keep fresh prints out your mouth." Right. So there's a whole lot going on here. Like I said, a lot of good stuff, but there can only be one winner. And sir, it is you. So if you're watching this live or if you catch it on the replay, send me a DM. Let me get your address, and I will send you that new NECA Alf with 90% of its accessories still in there. I'm taking that cat sandwich. Okay.
Yes, that is a little Nicky figure, Greg.
Yeah.
You know, I do like that he got the physique on me 100% correct. Like, spot on. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There it is.
They're maybe laying that underneath a few layers of stuff, right? But yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, that was great. Congratulations to you. Send me a DM with your address, and I'll get that shipped out to you as soon as possible.
Drew, just DM me, man. I got you. Drew G. Okay. Now, we got that out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
You got some pickups, but first, we have to go over to our newsroom with this special report.
Breaking news
from Sam Newsman.
Broadcasting live on Wednesday, March 1st, in the year 2023. G.I. Joe lied to you, according to modern cognitive science. Created as a comic for American soldiers during World War II, many people are under the impression, or the assumption, that knowledge is power. This concept, while not new, gained its modern popularity with G.I. Joe and the familiar catchphrase, "Now you know," and knowing is half the battle. The G.I. Joe fallacy points out that knowledge is an illusion that isn't always useful, and just possessing it does not mean the battle is half won. In fact, knowing sometimes has no bearing on the actual outcome whatsoever. By itself, knowledge does not allow you to achieve success or even make the right decision, which we can see every time you buy a Transformer knowing that GoBots are better and that Rock Lords are superior. While research states that we all want to improve our life, knowing what is good for you isn't a guarantee, or that winning in life will come to pass. Knowledge doesn't mean that the battle is half won, and knowledge is only useful when it's put into action. And now you know. And knowing? That is time for action. For the 3POA Network, from the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman.
Thank you, Sam. Jeremy, back to you.
Oh man, Sam, thank you very much. That was deep.
That was pretty somber. Yeah, that was a break from the norm, and I liked it.
Yeah, it was almost like I don't know. It gave me pause. Right, it put me in a deep thought about things.
That's not hard to do.
Yeah, it's I get. it's really not hard to occupy this brain of mine, So
once again, Sam, thank you. And links to all of Sam's socials are in the description below. Just click on his link tree. You can follow him everywhere. Give him a follow. It's worth it. Sam is great. Okay, Jeremy.
Awesome puppet, an actual real media puppet, right? So okay, pickups for Jeremy. So of course, people have been seeing some pics of these. I did get my Animal Wars of the Kingdom order in, and these are really, really, really fantastic figures. Just the sculpt, posability, all that stuff. You can't. They're gonna be hard to beat.
Yep.
Yeah. You look at this guy right there. So, but I think that we're gonna get. Huh?
I just started a weird sound. I don't know what that.
So I think Ryan, we're gonna get a little bit further in depth on these once you get your shipment in, correct?
Yeah. We just need Jason to send me mine. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that, Jason? How about you stop not sending me my figures?
Yeah, look at that. Tons of fun. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to it. You're such a douchebag, man. I swear.
You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm just fine. So anyway, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the discussion once you get those in hand. So my other pickups. Look, I experienced a phenomenon that I could really only describe as a Mac attack. I completed 3 McFarlane Build-A-Figure waves since the last installment of this show.
Are you new to this hobby?
No, I'm not. But like, I feel like
listen.
I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with Toddy Mac, right? It's like he hurts me, and then I forgive him. I was like, he's changed. He's never going to do it again. And then I come back, and maybe that was the wrong analogy, but you get what I'm saying.
It wasn't great. It wasn't your best work.
It wasn't great. Maybe I should have. But anyway, look, I'll give it to Toddy, right? When he gets it right, he gets it right. But sometimes it's just like, man, it's really this scaling issue in my opinion. A lot of the times.
That's all.
That's for me, because look, if these were going up for like Storm Collectible or Figure Arts prices, right, I'd have a lot more to say about it, but they're not. I know exactly what I'm getting into with these. So but speaking of, so we'll talk about the first build a figure wave. What's up?
Go ahead.
So we'll talk about the first build a figure wave, which was actually a build a horse wave that I completed, right? So this, in my opinion, like when I said, when Toddy Mac gets it right, he gets it right. And this is it. I absolutely love having this piece in my collection now. And it is getting display shelf, or I'm sorry, it's getting display shelf space, along with the other figures from that build a horse line.
No,
right?
Listen, I had all those figures at one point, that wave, because they were like $7 each at GameStop, and I just wanted the horse.
For sure, yeah.
So I messed around with those figures for a little bit before I sold them, and they weren't horrible. Like I would actually say they were pretty good. Like that wave, like the Superman, the Batman, the Robin, the Carrie Kelly was whatever, and then the Joker was fine.
The Carrie Kelly has an ankle problem, so everybody else doesn't have an issue standing up in a dynamic pose, with the exception of Carrie Kelly. It's, for me anyway, it's imperative that she uses the figure stand that accompanies her in the box.
Yeah.
And then the Joker, he's not bad either, man, and he stands up pretty solid. So yeah. I think if you were getting these at these kind of prices at GameStop, then fantastic.
Like I said, I bought them literally for like $7 each.
Right.
Took the horse out and then sold the loose figures for like $50.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a win-win. It was something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers, but
see. What was
Yeah.
What was the next one? So the next one that I completed was the Batman Arkham game series Build a Grundy wave.
Okay.
And honestly, I think the star of the show is really the Penguin.
Okay.
I really liked this figure a lot. Good representation of him in the game. He could be a little shorter, in my opinion, but he's got the glass bottle, bottom shoved in his eye as the monocle, right? And you can see his, I know it's kind of hard to see, but down in there, he's got his little, what do they call that? The little box that you talk out of.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's that Catwoman right here.
007 says the main thing keeping me from McFarlane figures is 7-inch scale. I have to agree. Good.
Yeah. So Catwoman was next. Her head sculpt is fine.
That's that one with that cake.
She's got that dump truck, bro.
Dude, put that dump truck up on the screen. This is the one that Anthony's Customs was. Oh my god, that is.
Bro.
Wow. Where's Sir Mix-a-Lot?
but the thing about it is that the thing about the sculpt is that it's if you look at where the bottom meets up with the torso, it almost looks like she's wearing fishing waders.
It looks like two different figures put together.
Yeah, but blow that up real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, this looks like a bad kit bash up front, or she's wearing fishing waders. Either one, I'm not sure, but
it looks good.
I think it looks pretty sexy. Batman, we've essentially got this figure already, right? With the Joker.
Did we?
Those. Well, I mean, essentially, we already got the Arkham Knight series Batman, which I think is a better one, in my opinion. It definitely came with better accessories. And that one had the Joker in the box as well. And last was Ra's al Ghul here.
That one looks cool.
That one, he's a pretty cool looking figure, man. He's not bad at all. But the Build a Grundy is what I needed, and the Build a Grundy is what I got. So,
that really is the one. About having this. So I bought just the Build a figure from Lyle Convoy. He sold that to me.
Oh, cool.
And I really like it.
Yeah, I mean he looks great. It's that. So, the Batman Arkham series is my favorite iteration of Batman in video game form, right?
Oh yeah.
For the longest time, it was SNES. Batman Returns, the side scroller beat 'em up, because it reminded me a lot of Final Fight, and I was huge into Final Fight as a kid, right? I dropped so many quarters into those damn arcade machines.
Dude, I remember saving up my paper route money for like 3 months to buy Batman Returns. I don't know if you remember, but Super Nintendo games were like $70 in the early 90s.
Yeah, they were expensive.
They were expensive, man. I had to save my money for a long time to buy that one game. And good game. I loved it.
Yeah, still one of my favorites. Top 5 for sure. With Donkey Kong Country being number 1. But anyway, so that's the second Build a Figure or Toddy Mac Build a Figure wave complete there. Now the third one is the most recent, which is the Chris Nolan Dark Knight trilogy stuff.
Now this is let's take them one at a time. Okay.
Sure.
I know we just talked about this on the last show, but it bears bringing up again because Jeremy has them in hand already.
Right.
So here you got the glamour shots. And I believe we said on the show, these look really good, but it could be just the photography.
Well, when you pay for professional fig photography and then you touch it up, right, digitally.
Now this Batman, I think looks nice. It looks good.
This image looks ripped right out of the movie.
Let's see the figure.
Let's see the figure. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got your pictures. But anyway, here is right here.
No, not bad, man.
No, not bad. Not a bad likeness. The paint apps around the mouth. I don't know. You can pull up the picture I sent you if you want.
Well, the one thing I can't see in this picture is his arms. It looks like his arms are pretty skinny, which is kind of a McFarlane thing.
Well, you know, it's this depiction of Batman wasn't like a hulking beast, you know, like he is in the Snyder stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, he's thin, athletic framed, in my opinion, which is a good representation for him in the movie.
Can his arms move out to the side, like in like a T pose?
He can do it. Oh god!
Oh no!
It didn't break; it just popped out.
Okay, good.
But yeah, so if you take the armor up a little bit, yeah, you can get him into a T pose. But
yeah, just from that angle, I guess his arms look a little thin. But I mean, whatever. These were on sale, you said, for.
Yeah, I mean, so they're like the original pricing that we saw was $99.99 for the set of 4, which gave you the BAF. So we're talking $99 for 5 figures. And then day one, they went up for sale, not pre-order, but for sale, and it was already down to $90.
Oh.
So yeah, like on McFarlane's website.
Greg says no torso articulation at all. I heard. Is that true?
That is incorrect.
Okay.
You want to take a look,
Greg? You're wrong.
Ryan.
Yep.
So you can.
Oh yeah, he's got the diaphragm there. That's a movement.
Yep.
I think that's pretty good for McFarlane. I think that's not bad. Okay,
Look,
so this one to me, this one to me looks like, all right, cool. I like it. Don't need it, but I like it. Now, this is what they showed from Two-Face, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, looks pretty good, man. Looks pretty good. Now, you sent me a picture of him.
I did.
And now keep in mind, you were like, these are glamour shots. These are glamour shots. I was like, okay. Okay. Now, I like that the eye is actually like, it almost looks like a separate piece glued in.
Yeah, it does look like a separate piece that's been glued in there. And look, the lighting is kind of wonky or whatever, but I don't know if this does it any better justice, but
stop it. That doesn't look like the dude.
It needs some paint, right? It needs some paint around the face, for sure.
It looks like the anime version of that actor.
Okay, I'll give you that. And you know, here's the thing: is that I need a little snub nose revolver for him because he does come with a trigger hand.
Yeah,
you know, but no firearm to go in it. So that little snub nose revolver that he had in the movie would go great. I just need to find one.
Wasn't that a 38 special?
Most likely, yeah. Most likely it was like a Smith & Wesson.
I'm pretty sure there was one in McFarlane's weapons pack. You should get that for your McFarlane figures.
I'm not buying an entire weapons pack for one weapon. That's not happening.
But there's a lot of weapons.
But I don't have that many McFarlanes.
Okay, fine.
Unless I want to load out Mulder and Scully from X-Files, right? Because I guess I got those.
So I just want to say, whoever McFarlane hired to take this picture, they probably deserve a raise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now look. Okay. Now look. I'll give you this. The lighting in this room is very, very soft lighting, right? Very, very warm tones in here, right? So may not be doing it justice, right? Lighting is a very big thing when it comes to photography. You would know that, Ryan, if you're actually proficient at it. But
it's not the lighting.
You are not. So
it's not the lighting.
All right. Who do you want to see next?
Next up, we got Scarecrow. Now, I said on the show, this is just based on pictures, my least favorite one from this wave.
Right.
So that's what we see here, right? You got looks like maggots sculpted and painted on his face.
No, it's just really, really like a torn up mask.
Okay.
Sure? It's like super frayed.
Because remember in the movie he had like maggots pouring out of his face, like in the hallucination.
Right? But this isn't depicting like the hallucination version of him.
It'd be cool. It'd be cooler if it did.
Well, you know what? Drop some LSD and stare at this picture or stare at the figure for a while. Okay.
Maybe I will.
Okay. I hope you do. I hope you do it live as well. I want to see that.
This is what you got. I mean, okay. It looks a little yellow, but that could be your horrible lighting in your
It is the very warm tones that I have for,
Yeah.
for lighting in here, right? Here it is in my camera.
I will say, man, look, McFarlane puts a lot of paint on his figures, more than I could say for Hasbro. Like that is a serious wash.
Mm-hmm.
Really brings out that sculpt nicely. But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not bad. It's not bad. Like that's probably the best thing I could say about it. It's just not bad. And especially for the price point that you're getting into it, and me not having representations of these characters from that movie that I really like. I'm down with it. I'm
See,
not upset about this purchase.
Random Shag says it's worms.
It's not. I mean, I'm looking at it like in hand. It's the thing is that it's not. But okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So who we got left? You want to see the Build-A-Figure next, or you want to see the Joker?
Joker. Because
Okay.
I said, I'm on record saying, based on this picture, this was one of the best Heath Ledger Joker face sculpts I have seen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and based on this picture, I stand by that.
Right.
But then you sent me a picture of yours in your horrible room, and I take it back, but it's not disgusting like the old Mattel version.
It's
It's
right,
not good.
And again, it's not bad. Right.
If that's the best thing you can say about a figure, did you really get your money's worth? Even though they were $20 each with a discount.
Yeah, even though they no, well, they were like $18 a piece, something like that. 18 and some change, right? Something like that.
I want to back up to Scarecrow because Random Shags insists it is worms.
Okay, cool. So Heath Ledger Joker.
Hey, you can't talk that way to my audience.
Like, do you have? Okay, that's sure. So Heath Ledger Joker, right? Yeah. So like the lighting and the photo editing that they did for those promotional pictures is fantastic, and that's what they were meant to do. They were meant to get Batman marks like myself to buy this line, and the mission accomplished. Yeah, oh, man of my word.
Leather Hedger says Death Skull.
So I'm gonna check this out.
Oh, and Greg has a great question. Jeremy, how is his cash stack? Does it scale well with our 112 guys?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's cash. So
is it hollow on the back?
Yes. I think I can't remember. I don't have it in hand, but yeah.
Could you go get it, please?
No, I don't think I will. So
we demand answers.
This figure, I'll put a picture in the Facebook group later. If you're not in the Facebook group, go join it. I suggest you do that.
Bobby Collins, let's put a discount on that face.
So yeah, it's like it's not bad. It's McFarlane, you know what you're getting. That's all I could say. I want that to kind of be like the I want that to be like the tagline for Loose But Complete. It's just okay, right? That should be.
Listen,
right there.
Right for Valhalla. Why so serious? Do it. Do the Joker. Why so serious? Come on. I want to see you do it.
No thanks. No thanks.
Okay.
That'll be behind a paywall. That'll be on our Patreon. Where I do yeah, I do where I do impressions of celebrities, and I also sing Saturday morning cartoon karaoke. Right.
All right. So the next one, before we go to it, I just want to ask you something.
Sure, go ahead, shoot.
Do you feel in control?
Do you feel like a Build-A-Figure, Ryan?
Bane.
Here we have.
This looks good, man. Like I saw this picture, I'm like, dude, this looks really good. Like, did McFarlane do something right? I mean, his arms are too long because he just cuts articulation into an existing sculpt, which makes all the limbs too long on all his figures, right?
Now, okay, look, now that's
but besides
not fair.
that,
that's not fair to say, did McFarlane do something right? McFarlane does stuff right all the time, right? Okay, not all the time, like 100% of the time, but it happens. It happens with a pretty good frequency.
I mean, he
Toddy
created
Mac
Spawn and
right.
probably one of the most popular looks for Spider-Man. So
right.
Look, I have to be clear about this. Okay? I have to be clear about this because people get the wrong impression. I love Todd McFarlane.
Mhm.
I think he's great. He's a legend. He's a super intelligent, smart businessman. I love the guy. I hope he comes on this show. Well, not this show. I want him on the good show, the 3POA. But I love Todd McFarlane. I'm just not a fan of how he does his figures. But I understand there's a very passionate collector's base that love McFarlane figures, and that's okay. Now that we were diplomatic, let's tear this thing apart. So, here's the Bane Build-A-Figure.
It came torn apart.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first thing I noticed about this figure is that there were no other paint applications on this besides that just tan flesh tone. Like the rest of them have something. Like there's some pink around Batman's mouth, right? They give it a little bit of depth and everything. But there was nothing on this pigure whatsoever.
I'm telling you, this photographer makes this Bane look like a hot toy, minus the pins.
Well, look, I mean, it's photoshopped.
I know that. I get it. I'm just saying.
Crazy. So
like this is all we had to order off of, right? Like from his website. Like we saw these solicitations, and then you just went and bought it.
Yeah, look, he got me. I don't know what else to say about it.
He got you. You seem pretty happy with him.
No. What I mean is he got me for a sale. He got me, and I'm like, with the price that I paid for the number of figures that I received, I'm not regretting this decision. Yeah. So I already did some things to this figure. I added a little bit of like pink around the eyes and did some different portions of his head. And then I dry brushed some silver on the mask and especially on like the respirator part. So it just wasn't silver enough for me. So I've been doing some small things.
Yeah, your lighting sucks. It looks the same.
Yeah, maybe. But
you really wasted your time painting that.
I don't think so.
The exact same.
No, so I mean, you can see what I did inside the definition in the arm.
Can't see it. No, I can't see it.
Shut up! You're a moron. You're a moron, dude. Yeah, and then I gave other parts of him like a super light wash. But I'm happy with how it turned out.
Random Shakes who insists that's worms on the Scarecrow mask also says, "I feel you paid $100 for 2 figures."
Well, it wasn't $100 because we already talked about the discount that already happened. Yeah, it came down to $90, right? So
now, does McFarlaneToys.com offer free shipping?
I think on orders over a certain amount, it may have. I mean, what's the expectation right now? Do you want me to send you a screenshot of my receipt so we can see exactly what I paid for it, or
yes.
Like what's going on here? Okay.
I mean, you have it handy, right? Can we see
it?
Please?
Sure. Yeah, I'll put it up in the Facebook group. Weird.
We have an opening for a co-host on this show. So.
We have a what?
Nothing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. So yeah, anyway, it's for what I paid. Like I said, I don't regret the decision. I think there's going to be good additions to the shelf, and I don't know if I would recommend it to anybody else because I do kind of have a soft spot for McFarlane, and I definitely have a soft spot for this, the iteration of these particular characters from that movie. So that's why it works for me.
How do they scale with your Batmo Beast?
Dude, I haven't put them in there, to be honest with you. Well,
if you're going to show for McFarlane, you got to do better.
Desert Rat's still sitting in it. It's the Desert Rat Beast.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope you learned your lesson this time.
What lesson was it that I was going to learn?
Never buy McFarlane figures.
I don't know about never. I mean, there's
I have a few. You're right.
Yeah. You've bought me a McFarlane figure before, so stop.
I did? Which one?
Mr. Freeze from the 66 line that's up there.
Oh, well, those are fine. Those, I mean, what was it? $12? I don't remember.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. Okay. That's about all we got tonight, but don't leave yet because we got some pretty cool announcements.
Mhm.
First of all, Valifair this weekend, Friday through Sunday. Check out the Valiverse Facebook page or Instagram page or the 3POA Facebook or Instagram page. All the details are there, but Valifair is streaming Friday night, Saturday afternoon and evening, and then Sunday. I'm actually doing 2 shows on Friday, right? I'm doing the Valifair stream with Bobby and Articulated Ninja. That is at 5:30 p.m. Pacific. And then right after that, I'm heading over to the Victoria's Cantina YouTube channel to stream with her for her Cantina chat. That's this Friday, so check that out. Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific, is Valifair on the Valiverse YouTube channel. And then the 3POA YouTube channel, we're doing just a regular show, but it's part of Valifair, so there is an exclusive reveal for Action Force on the 3POA. And we're joined by the one, the only, the bad boy of Toy YouTube, Talker Art. So don't miss that one. That's this Saturday. And then Sunday, Valifair ends with Bobby and Tony doing a stream once again on the Valiverse channel. So all the details for that are on the Valiverse Facebook and Instagram page. Check that out. Set your reminders. Subscribe to the Valiverse channel. Subscribe to this channel, and you will miss nothing. And also Friday night, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. I'll be on the Victoria's Cantina YouTube channel. Probably talking Star Wars. Yeah, so I got a busy weekend. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do a Loose But Complete next week too, on Wednesday. We're going to be joined by Rectangular once again for Rectal Leaks Part 2. And we're going to be breaking down all these Marvel Legends that we saw today. We're going to be seeing what Todd got right, what he got wrong.
We are going to take him to task. We're going to take him to task on his predictions, right?
I'm going to yell at him and say, "It's ma'am," and he's going to laugh uncontrollably for nearly 10 minutes. Yeah. No, Rectangular's, yeah, he's a good dude. So a lot coming up. So be sure you're subscribed here. Check out Valifair this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm telling you, a lot of cool stuff is going to be revealed. You don't want to miss it. So that's all I got. Jeremy, anything?
No, I don't have anything right now except for look, if you missed out on the Animal Wars of the Kingdom Kickstarter and also through BackerKit, you can make purchases right now through the Spiro website, or you can go over to our friends over at Hard to Find Toys and also Hello Dope Toys, right? Those are both authorized retailers as well, right? So check them out. You don't want to miss out on these figures because I think once Ryan and we do get the opportunity to do that stream where we are talking about those figures, it's going to be pretty good.
And listen, really I know that by next Wednesday, every stream is going to have talked them to death.
Yeah.
But it ain't this stream, baby. We do stuff differently here. So don't miss it. It's going to be fun. And we're going to have Todd. We're going to have Todd on. And I always have fun with Todd.
Yep.
All right. AKA Rectangular. All right. So that's all I got. Jeremy, you want to plug Authority figure? You probably don't. It's kind of lame, but
yeah, it's kind of lame. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Authority Figure Studio. I should have known. I don't know why you didn't get the Return of the Mac soundbite, right? I think that would have been funnier.
You know, yeah. I already do enough for this show, so you can do something.
I don't know about that. So anyway, okay. But yeah, anyway, that's all I got. Thanks everybody for being in the chat. Thank you, especially for the super chats and all that too.
Don't worry, I did not forget about these super chats. I actually almost did. But I'm gonna read them now. Killamagwai, thank you. Real talk, Hasbro figures feel. Oh, I read that one. Thank you, Killamagwai. Roberts, Infinite Realms. Hey, just saying hi. Great show as always. Thank you, Robert.
Well, hey, right back at you, buddy.
Yeah, I hope you were able to stay for the whole thing. Tony Robles, thanks, man, as always. Wow, Jeremy, those are some awesome looking figures. And Ryan, please stop with the Gas X before going live. That was Jeremy. Robert Diaz, thank you, sir. Jeremy has taken the chance to deal in some monkey business on the 3 POA time, peddling his wares. He was talking about the monkey figures.
Mm-hmm.
Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Thank you, Robert, as always, man.
Yes, thank you very much. It means a lot. Thank you.
And you guys just saved me $100 by showing us those figures, says Marvelous Nerd. Thank you for that super chat, Rudy. Good. I'm glad you're saving $100, man. Spend it on something that's not just okay.
I guess that's good advice. That's pretty good advice.
You know, I mean, don't. I don't want no mediocre. Who said that? That's a rap song. I don't want no mediocre. Is that T.I.?
Probably the wrong person to ask, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you later. See you Friday. The Valiverse channel. 3 POA Saturday. Later. Big